Today, I want to talk to you guys about how to save your first $1,000. So, if you are someone who is struggling with having money left over at the end of the month and struggling with coming up with money for savings, watch this video until the very end to figure out how to save your first $1,000. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. This is Sharil and you're watching Millennial, where we talk about all things money that they don't teach you in school. What is $1,000 worth to you guys? For some people, it's literally what they make each week or even each day. For some others, even $1,000 is hard to come by each month and requires a ton of effort from their end, several hours each day to see $1,000 in their bank account. In this video, I will help you learn the basic principles of how to save money. So go ahead and hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe to my channel down below for more personal finance content each week. Also, if you are someone who is just starting out with their investing journey, don't forget to get your free stock with Robinhood using my link in the description below. You never know, this may actually work out in your favor towards saving your first $1,000. $1,000 is a lot of money, guys, and it can help you for anything from your monthly rent to car expenses to even groceries for a couple months. You can even buy the new iPhone with the $1,000 if you wanted to. But it can come in especially handy if any emergencies come up that need to be paid for. For example, your car breaks down on the way to or back from work and it needs fixing. Instead of dipping into credit cards that charge you ridiculous amounts of interest each month to make the payment, it is really a smart idea to just save and put aside at least $1,000 for in case any such expenses to come up. So please follow along and work towards your saving your first $1,000 and take a giant step towards your personal finance goals and bettering the overall quality of your life. The first and the most important thing you can do right away is to create a budget for yourself. Now, I know you are all going to say, but Sharil, you haven't told us how to create a budget yet. Trust me guys, that video is coming soon. But for now, all you need to do is take a piece of paper and just write down on the left hand side what your income is and on the right hand side what your monthly expenses look like. These will include your rent, your car payments, your insurance payments. Put down all the fixed costs first. These are the things you absolutely have to pay the same amount for each month. After this, put down your variable expenses, stuff such as gas, groceries, entertainment, subscriptions, utilities. These are the things that vary in expenses based on what and how much you use in that month. Now, I have seen a lot of videos out there where people are creating these fancy binders with sticky notes and colorful markers and stickers and whatnot to create a beautiful contraption and keep track of their monthly budgets. You can do these if you like, but our goal here is to save money and not to spend any more money than we already are spending. Making a budget is not a difficult task. All it takes is for you to be aware of what your monthly expenses are, and from there you can start writing all your expenses down and eventually subtract your total expenses from your income from that month, and it will give you a good picture of your basic financial health. The next step towards coming up with money to get to 1,000 subscribers, subscribe to my channel. But seriously guys, the next step towards coming up with money to get to $1,000 in savings is to start by looking at your variable expenses on the monthly budget and really studying them deeply to see where you can cut costs to increase the amount of money you have left over at the end of each month. This includes looking at your grocery totals each month, your subscriptions each month, your insurance payments each month, basically stuff that you can control by putting a little bit of research into things and saying no to spending money on things that you don't absolutely need. Go ahead and call your insurance company to lower your monthly insurance premiums by a few bucks. In the past, I have been successful with saving at least 10 to 20% on car insurance premiums just by calling their customer service and asking for a discount or a cheaper deal. Here's the thing guys, they don't want you to leave and go to a different provider and will do whatever they can to keep you happy as a customer. After this, see how much money you are able to save up each month just by cutting your expenses by a little bit. Then divide the $1,000 by that total money you are able to save each month to understand the amount of time it would take you to save $1,000. But it doesn't stop here guys. The next and the most important way you can quickly come up with $1,000 is to earn the additional $1,000. Don't look at me funny just yet. I'm not saying you need to go find a second job or even find a better paying job than what you already have. But then how do you come up with the extra $1,000? Here is the trick. We all have stuff laying around in our house that we haven't used or even touched in years. A lot of times, we even forget that something you stored in the basement neatly and safely even exists anymore. But they say one person's trash is another person's treasure. Here is how you use this strategy. Start by looking at local used sales websites. Facebook Marketplace is a good place to begin and see what kind of money people are paying to buy used things such as a used table or a used couch or even an old pair of shoes that you don't use anymore. After that, dust those things off that have been stored in your basement for a while and start taking good pictures of them. Create a listing on places like Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist and sell your old stuff in exchange for money. Trust me guys, this is a great way of making some extra cash. There are also ways that you can flip stuff on the internet, meaning you go out to garage sales, yard sales, flea markets and such and try to buy usable stuff such as tables, lamps and chairs for as cheap as possible. Negotiate a little if you have to. Then list these things on the marketplace for a few bucks extra than what you paid for them. This way takes a little bit more work and time than selling things that you already have, but is a great way to make extra money and save the first $1,000. And also, it's a lot of fun sifting through a garage sale and figuring out what stuff you might be able to make profit on. You may not believe this, but at the height of the pandemic last year, my wife and I were buying fitness equipment from stores or anywhere we could find it and were selling it through Facebook Marketplace to other people that were too desperate to set up a home gym because they couldn't go to the gym anymore. What really helped us drive our sales was our strategy to home deliver the stuff we were selling within a 10-mile radius of where we live. This helped people that were more susceptible to getting ill by not having to go to the store and helped us push the stuff quickly. We were able to make $500 by doing this within a week's time. So go out there, find your niche, find stuff that people will easily pay money for and start selling. The last and final thing you can and absolutely should do, and this applies if you are in any kind of debt, is to call up your lender. Now, this might be your credit card company or your mortgage lender or your car loan lender. Call them and try to negotiate the interest rate on your monthly payments. Credit card debt is expensive, guys. People pay anywhere between 15 to 25% per year on their payments. And I understand it's not always easy to just get rid of the debt if money is hard to come by for some of you guys out there. But the best gift you can give yourself in debt is a gift of a lower interest rate. For example, me and my wife refinanced a mortgage on our home last year and our interest rate went down from 4.5% to 3.125%. And by doing this, we were able to knock off about $150 from our monthly mortgage payments. If I took the $150 in savings each month and started putting it towards saving my first $1,000, it would take me roughly 6 to 7 months to save my first $1,000. You can absolutely do something like this with your debt too and use the money you are giving away in interest each month to build an emergency $1,000 fund for yourself instead. Guys, all I'm trying to say is that you need to keep track of each dollar you are spending if you are struggling with saving money at the end of each month. Watch your expenses like a hawk, and I assure you that you will be able to come up with ways to cut down on some of the miscellaneous expenses that you didn't even realize you were paying for each month. In reality, just by budgeting and keeping track of where each dollar of yours is going, you can save even more than the $1,000 you were planning on saving in the first place. And finally guys, here is a bonus tip for reaching your goal of saving the first $1,000. You need to automate your savings process. See guys, the mentality of I will get to it if I have money left over at the end of the month is never going to work if it hasn't worked for you so far in saving your first $1,000. At the beginning of each month, you need to start putting money away automatically to your savings account. Even if it's as low as $3 to $5 a day, you need to get into a habit of automatically putting it away so that your savings pool starts growing, and meanwhile try to work your monthly expenses into the money you have left over after contributing the $3 to $5 towards savings each month. There are a ton of apps out there that let you do this. Robinhood lets you transfer a fixed amount from your bank to Robinhood platform automatically, either on a daily, weekly, or a monthly basis. Other apps such as Stash and Acorns are also great, and I have used them in the past to automate my savings as well. So guys, let me know in the comments down below what method of savings from what we just discussed in this video you think will work best for you. And as always, don't forget to smash the like button and the subscribe button for the YouTube algorithm so I can bring more of my personal finance content to you each week. And while you are at it, don't forget to check out my Robinhood link below to get your free stock all the way up to $225 in value. Guys, this is basically just free money and can help you with saving the first $1,000, so you might as well take advantage of it. Once again guys, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it and I look forward to seeing you again next week.